Hey everyone, Cap from TCG Break here, bringing you my Synchron combo video. As per a viewer's request, I figured I would show off exactly what this deck is capable of, as well as the quintessential combos that you would need to know in order to play the deck effectively. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for the first combo, I figured I would show off exactly how to get into your Junk Speeder to further facilitate your Synchro plays. For this example, I'm going to be using Unexpected Die and Junk Synchron. So you would first start by activating the Unexpected Die, which would special summon your Crown by the World Chalice. So now I'll normal summon the Junk Synchron and Synchro into the Junk Speeder. Now you'd activate the effect of Junk Speeder to special summon Synchron tuners from your deck with different levels. At this point, you have a couple of different plays at your disposal. You could opt to set up an early negate using Fleur Synchron and Junk Speeder to go into FA Dawn Dragster. You could also use Quick Draw Synchron and Junk Speeder to go into Ultimaya Sulkin in order to cheat out your Crystal Wing, or you could further extend your plays using Unknown Synchron and Junk Speeder to go into Stardust Charge Warrior. Now that I've showcased this basic combo, I will reset the board and show exactly what this deck can do using Junk Converter, Synchron Carrier, and a random tuner in your hand. Now moving on to the second need-to-know combo using Synchron Carrier, Junk Converter, and a random tuner in your hand. So we'll start by activating the effect of Junk Converter, discarding it and the tuner to add the Junk Synchron from our deck to our hand. Now we will normal summon the Synchron Carrier, and using its effect we are able to normal summon once again for the Junk Synchron. On summon, we can activate Synchron's effect to special summon the Junk Converter from our grave. You have two options in this case. You could use Junk Synchron and Junk Converter for a Synchro summon into TG Hyper Librarian, or use Junk Synchron and Junk Converter to go into Junk Speeder, which would also allow you to use the effect of Synchron Carrier, giving you a level 2 token. In this case, I'm going to use Junk Converter and Junk Synchron to Synchro summon the TG Hyper Librarian. Now using the effect of Junk Converter, I can special summon the Junk Synchron from my grave. Then using Synchron Carrier and Junk Synchron, I can Synchro summon into the Junk Speeder. Then I can activate Hyper Librarian, followed by Junk Speeder. Speeder will special summon Synchron tuners with different levels from our deck. And then Hyper Librarian will draw us one card. Now that you've seen these two quintessential combos, I will showcase what this deck is capable of with the test hand. Do keep in mind that this combo is taking into consideration that your opponent has no interruptions on your turn. The following test hand will also assume the same. For the final segment of this video, I figured I would show off exactly what the deck is capable of with a test hand. Keep in mind once again, this is taking into consideration that your opponent has no interruptions on your turn. So we'll start with the draw. So in this case, I'll start with the Unexpected Die, which allows me to special summon the Crown by the World Chalice. Now I will activate the effect of Junk Converter, discarding it and Steam Synchron to add Junk Synchron to my hand. Now I will normal summon the Synchron Carrier, and then using its effect I'm able to normal summon once again for the Junk Synchron. On summon, then I'm able to activate its effect to special summon the Junk Converter from my grave. This will trigger the effect of Doppel Warrior in hand to special summon it, Now using Junk Converter and Junk Synchron, I will synchro into the TG Hyper Librarian. Now I'll activate the effect of Junk Converter to special summon Junk Synchron from my grave. Now using Junk Synchron and Crown by the World Chalice, I'll synchro summon into the Junk Speeder. Activating Librarian, Chainlink 1, and then Junk Speeder. This will allow me to special summon Quick Draw Synchron as well as Unknown Synchron. And then I'll draw a card off of Hyper Librarian. Then using Quick Draw Synchron and Junk Speeder, special summon the Ultimaya Zolkin. Then using the Synchron Carrier and the Unknown Synchron, I'll synchro into the Martial Metal Marcher. Activating Librarian, then Marcher. Marcher will special summon Unknown Synchron, and then Hyper Librarian will draw us a card. Now using Doppel Warrior and Martial Metal Marcher, I'll synchro summon the Garden Rose Maiden. Activating Librarian's effect, then Doppel Warrior's effect, followed by Garden Rose Maiden's effect. Maiden will add us the Black Garden from our deck. Doppel Warrior will special summon us 2 level 1 tokens. And Hyper Librarian will draw us another card. Do keep in mind that Garden Rose Maiden is treated as a tuner since we used Martial Metal Marcher as material. Now activating the Black Garden. Then using Unknown Synchron as well as one of the tokens to synchro summon into Formula Synchron. Activating Librarian, then Black Garden, followed by Formula Synchron. So we'll draw a card off of Formula's effect. Then our opponent will get 1 Rose token. And then we'll draw an additional card off of Hyper Librarian's effect. Now using Garden Rose Maiden as well as our other level 1 token, I'll synchro into the Stardust Charge Warrior. Librarian, then Black Garden, followed by Stardust Charge. So we'll draw a card, then give our opponent an additional Rose token, and then draw an additional card off of Hyper Librarian. Now using the effect of Black Garden, we can destroy it and the tokens to special summon our Garden Rose Maiden back from the graveyard. And then since a monster was special summoned from the graveyard, we can special summon Doppel Warrior from our hand. Now using Formula Synchron, Garden Rose Maiden, and Hyper Librarian, we can synchro summon into the Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Now activating Monster Reborn, targeting the Junk Synchron to special summon it. Now using Junk Synchron and Doppel Warrior, synchro summon into Excel Synchron. This will once again trigger the effect of Doppel Warrior, special summoning us 2 level 1 tokens. Now using Excel Synchron, as well as the 2 tokens, we'll synchro summon into the FA Dawn Dragster. Now activating Magnet Reverse, targeting our Martial Metal Marcher to special summon it. We're then able to synchro summon using Marcher and the Stardust Charge Warrior into Virtual World Shen Shen. Now we'll set the Living Fossil, which will activate Ultimaya Zulkin's effect, special summoning our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now activating the tuning, I will add the Junk Synchron to hand, and then send the top card. So in this case, we were able to end on F.A. Dragster, which allows us to quick effect negate the activation or effect of a spell or trap card simply by reducing its level by 2. Virtual World Shen Shen, which is essentially a macrocosmos. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon as a monster negate, as well as the notable attack boost that comes with it. And last but not least, Cosmic Blazar Dragon, which allows us to negate the activation of a card or effect and destroy it, negate the summon of a monster and destroy it, or negate an opponent's attack and end the battle phase. We also have Junk Synchron in hand for a follow-up should we need it. Once again, all of these combos were taking into consideration that your opponent has no interruptions on your turn, though it is enjoyable to see exactly what this deck is capable of, and it is certainly very fun to play. If you liked the video and would like to see more like it, as always, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. Feel free to leave any suggestions regarding changes you would make to the deck in the comments below. And as always, until the next one, have a nice day.